So if you're showing your kids, if your kids already know how to make money, which they should, then they know how to control their money, then they're going to stop coming to you for money because you showed them exactly what to do. I think this is a big key that a lot of people may not know. If you show your kids early how to keep their money and tell their money where to go, then they're not going to be calling you for money because they already know how to set up their budget. They already know what they can and cannot buy based on whatever their budget allows them to buy. And then they're not going to be calling you for extra money. Sometimes they will. I get that. But it'll limit the amount of times that they call you for money because they know how to control their own. And it's going to keep them out of your pocket, man. And that's huge. Hey, family. This is Che Willis coming back with another episode of Wealth is a Journey podcast. Guys, this is episode 81. 81 weeks of consistency. 81 weeks of getting it done, man. Before we get started, as always, I just like to say to the first-time listeners, watchers, or subscribers, thank you for joining us on Wealth is a Journey podcast. On this podcast, we talk about faith, family, and finances, among other things. If you are a return listener, watcher, or subscriber, thank you so much for joining us and coming back. Hopefully, we are adding value to your lives on the way to the M's, because as always, we are on our way to the M's. So last week on the podcast, we had Alistair Edwards. Amazing guy. It's my dude. He talked about sales, teaching people how to fish, and getting to the bag. Very, very important, obviously, on your way to wealth building. So today, we're actually going to talk about keeping the bag. We're going to be talking about budgeting. Now, I understand that the word budget scares people a lot because we feel like it's a restriction. You can't do certain things, which it's true. You can't do certain things that you may want to do for a time period. But if it's done properly, it can yield very, very good results, and it will allow you to do the things that you want to do. So I've been, for the last year or so, I've been on this quest, on this crusade to make budgeting sexy, because the word, again, scares people. It makes you feel restricted, like you can't do certain things. And I'm here to tell you that you can. Based on the things that we've done over the years, buying things, saving, investing, all these different things that my wife and I have been able to do over these years that we combine our finances and started doing budgeting together. We've been able to do some amazing things. So today we're going to take the fear out of budgeting, take the fear away from the word, and actually give you some features and benefits of budgeting. So that's what we're doing today. And buckle up, get ready, take some notes, because this is going to be very, very important for you. So we're going to talk about 5 features and benefits of budgeting. The first one of, well, first of all, wait. Let me back up. I apologize. If you do not know what a budget is, or a proper budget, it is taking your income and then listing all of your expenses either on a piece of paper, a spreadsheet on a computer, or an app. Listing out all of your expenses, putting your income in, and then just breaking things down line by line by line. And then whatever money you have left over, that's what you get to play with. And when I say playing with, I'm talking about you can pay things down. Hopefully you'll do that. You can do vacations, put money away for different toys, cars, vacation homes, investment properties, different things of that nature. But the thing that you want to make sure that you do when you're setting up a budget is have a target that you're aiming at. Very, very important. Because if you do not, then the money, whatever monies you have left over, it's going to end up going anywhere. So the budget that I used to do many, many years ago was and it's probably a lot of you are doing the same things. You know what you're getting paid. You know exactly what your bills are, or you have an idea of what your bills are, and you just pay the stuff out every month. And then whatever money you have left over, that's your play money. And the reason that I say that you need to make sure that you have a plan or a target is because that leftover money needs to be directed somewhere. It needs to be aimed at something so you can pay things down and pay things off. So that is actually number one. Number one on the features and benefits of budgeting is paying things down and off. So the idea of setting up a budget is so you know exactly where your money is going, right? So once you know that, anything that you have left over is hopefully going to go towards paying down and off debt. So basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're paying your minimum payments on your debts, right? And then what you want to do is the smallest debt that you have, you want to roll whatever monies you have left over into that smallest debt. And every month you want to continue to do that until that debt is paid off. And then when that debt is paid off, you roll that payment into the next debt, the next smallest debt, or the larger, smaller debt, if that makes sense, until it's paid off. What that's going to do for you, it's going to give you more money that goes back to your bottom line, to your budget. So that's going to give you the ability, after everything is paid off, as far as your consumer debts, credit cards, car payments, student loans, different things of that nature, that's going to give you more money back to your bottom line. What that's also going to do for you is going to give you money to invest, if that's what you choose to do, or put more money towards the different things that you want to do. So when you're budgeting, we want to make sure that you're paying things down and or off. Again, very, very important, because you feel restricted a lot of times because money's tight. Money's tight most of the time is because you owe different things, or you owe different people money. But when you pay those people back the money that you owe them, you get to keep everything you make. All right. So let's keep that in mind. And it's not a forever thing, and it may feel like forever. However, I'm here to tell you that it's not. Once you start the process of doing it and you're consistent with it, you'll start seeing yourself making major strides. And that's going to give you the belief, it's going to give you the hope that you can continue to do it, keep going, and pay those other debts off. All right. And make sure you celebrate your wins too. When you pay those little debts off and then roll them into the next one and then roll them into the next one, celebrate your wins. That's very, very important as well. Number two is the emergency fund. This is huge. A lot of us get into credit card trouble, credit card debt, because we don't have an emergency fund put away. So an emergency fund is defined as you putting away money, like you have a stash of money in an account that you're not touching. It's not there to make you rich. It's not there, oh, I'm gonna put it in this big interest-bearing account. And no, it's not there to make you rich. It's there for emergencies. Emergencies would be defined as if you have your budget already lined up for the month, and then you have a blown tire and you don't have money in your budget for said blown tire, you can pull that money out of the emergency fund and then buy your tire. What happens is, a lot of times, is people don't have emergency funds, then they have to swipe the credit card. Money's already tight. You swipe the credit card. You have all the intentions in the world of paying the credit card off the next month or whenever the bills due. Then something else comes up, and then you swipe the credit card again. And then it just keeps happening over and over and over again. You have all the intentions in the world of paying the thing back, but unfortunately, you can't because the emergency fund wasn't set up. So, what I'll tell you is a personal story of ours is probably about actually a month ago or so. We had some work being done at our home. Some stuff that we had to get an inspection done for our backyard, and we had a contractor come out. Contractor was doing his thing, and then he found some extra damage that was done under our deck. So what does that mean? We budgeted for one item, we paid him in full. He came back and said, "Hey, well, look here. This is damaged, and the wood is rotted underneath your deck." And so we had to we had to dig into the emergency fund because it wasn't necessarily a budgeted item for those extra repairs. So instead of it being a catastrophe, it was just a minor inconvenience. So we took the money from our emergency fund and then we paid him his money. Now, the next month in the budget, we made sure that we put a line item to put that money back into our emergency fund, which is very, very important as well. So you're basically taking your reliance off of the credit card company because they have these high interest payments and all the things that come along with dealing with credit card companies. And you're now putting a reliance on yourself. So that's what we're trying to do. Do I use credit cards? Absolutely. Do I pay them off before the payments due? Absolutely. So just make sure that you're doing your best to put together an emergency fund so you can take your reliance off of the credit card companies. All right. Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Are you tired of using your credit cards as an emergency fund? Are you still paying for that vacation that you took 2 years ago? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, I'm here to help. My name is Che Willis, and I help families living paycheck to paycheck live the life that they want to live through budgeting and investing. And listen, I get it. The word budget can be scary. However, if done the right way, it can yield some sexy results. All we're trying to do is lower your expenses so you'll have more money to invest. So if you have any questions, concerns, or issues with budgeting, please go to wealthisajourney.com and book a call today. I look forward to hearing from you. Number 3 is your kids' college fund. Now, I understand that a lot of people don't like college funds because, well, I don't know if my kid's going to college, whatever the case may be, that's fine. Uh, but putting away something for your child every month in your budget, you put a line item in your budget, and then you put college fund, college savings fund, or savings for your kid fund. And then that goes into another account, and then you invest that money, you seek a professional and get the money invested. Or if you're not comfortable yet, at least put the money away where you're not going to touch it. But the purpose of the college fund or the savings fund for your child is because a lot of us know what it's like to go to college and have student loan debt. Some people come out of college with hundreds of thousands of dollars of student loan debt, and they do not have a job yet. That does not feel good. So, what I'm telling you is put away money for your child in your budget so they don't end up feeling the way you did when you came out of school. What we're trying to do, as well as getting our money right, is we're trying to set our kids up for success. The best way to set them up for success is not having them have that burden of student loan debt when they come out of school. Because again, a lot of us know how it feels. So we're trying to take that feeling away from our kids to give them a fighting chance out here in the world. There's nothing worse than uh, let's just say like $50,000 a year is a lot of money. Like I'm not saying it's not, but you make $50,000 a year coming out of school, and you have $250,000 in student loan debt. That payment is going to be crazy. It's going to eat up a lot of their money. And they haven't even started saving for an apartment or a house or a car. So think about that. Think about how they're going to feel. And even if it's, even if you started late in life, it's fine. Even if you can give them something towards school. And if you're one of those parents that you saved up a significant amount of money in, say, a 529 plan, it's a student saving plan. So when they go to school, you can take from the 529 and then pay you could pay the school back for books, um, uh, uh, obviously their tuition, housing, different things of that nature. You can pay for that in that. Now, if you have money left over, please fact check this, but I'm almost positive that this is correct. That you can, if you don't spend, say, I think it's $30,000 of that money, you can actually roll that into an IRA for them. So what that means for them is, say they're 18 years old and you have this money now in an IRA, that money is going to grow. Let's just say it's 30 grand. And that money sits in there until they're at retirement age. That's real wealth that you're starting for your child. So let's start our kids off on the right foot if we can. And if you're starting later in life, that's fine. At least do something for them. All right. Number 4. Now we're going to get to the fun stuff. Vacations. Vacations are amazing. My wife and I just came back from a European cruise. It was amazing. This is something that, again, can go in on a line item in your budget. So you have your income, then you have all of your expenses. What my wife and I do, we have a vacation fund in our budget. So it's a line item that we put in there for vacations. Every month we put away a few $100 into an account. So when it's time to go on vacation, it's not a problem. We got money just sitting off to the side in an account that we can pull from and then pay for things to go on vacation. We've been doing this for years. So it softens the blow of us saying, hey, well, we want to go here. Okay, no, it's not a problem because we can go there. Now, if we need to put extra to the money that we already have in there, we can add that to our budget as well. So again, it's giving you, the budget piece is giving you control over how much fun you can actually have. Vacations are fun. You need vacations to reconnect with your spouse, or to get away and recharge and just enjoy the fruits of your labor if you're able to. So that's another feature and benefit of budgeting. So putting away money in a vacation account, so then you can draw from it and go away on vacation if you need to. That's fun. It's a good time. So that's number 4. Number 5. It's the last one, guys. Number 5. It's you being able to show your kids how to do exactly with what you're doing. Again, we talk about generational wealth. We talk about generational curses and generational things and patterns and all that stuff. You budgeting, you not having the ability to budget, most of the times it's because you were never taught how to budget. So we know exactly how that feels. So if you know how that feels, it is your obligation and your duty as a parent to show your kids exactly what you know. So first, you need to get good at doing the thing, at budgeting, or at least have an idea of how to do it. Start doing it, implement it. Then your kids, then you can show them before they get out in this world, show them exactly how to budget so their money's not going everywhere and they can live a fulfilled and happy life. So the fact of you showing your kids is going to be twofold. So one, it's going to show your kids how exactly to do the thing that you're doing. controlling your money, telling your money where to go, so they can build for the future. And the best part, it's going to keep them out of your pocket. How many times have you talked to somebody? Oh, my kid always needs this and always this, and this. So if you're showing your kids, if your kids already know how to make money, which they should, then they know how to control their money, then they're going to stop coming to you for money because you showed them exactly what to do. I think this is a big key that a lot of people may not know. If you show your kids early how to keep their money and tell their money where to go, then they're not going to be calling you for money because they already know how to set up their budget. They already know what they can and cannot buy based on whatever their budget allows them to buy. And then they're not going to be calling you for extra money. Sometimes they will. I get that. But it'll limit the amount of times that they call you for money because they know how to control their own. And it's going to keep them out of your pocket, man. And that's huge. So many times I talk to parents when I'm doing budget meetings with them, and they say, "Oh, my kids are killing me. Oh, they're doing this and they're doing that." But I'm like, well, you can say no, because a lot of times we're parents and we have this complex of, oh, I need to save my kid. But if you tell your kids no, they will eventually figure it out. But if we go back and we start showing them these little things that we're picking up along the way, and not having them have to figure things out, they're going to be so much better off. So hopefully that makes sense. Show your kids what you're doing, then that's going to keep them out of your pockets. All right. So we're going to go over these five budget features and benefits again. Number one, pay things down and off. Number two, the emergency fund. We're going to take our reliance off of credit cards. Number three, kids college fund, or a savings account for your child. Number four, vacations. Set up that vacation fund. Number five, show your kids to keep them out of your pockets. So I am still on this quest, on this crusade to make budgeting sexy. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of times I'll post balling on a budget, because you may see like, oh, they're doing nice things and they're doing all these things. But the beautiful part about it is we're doing it on a budget to show people that it can be done. Again, the word budget, you feel restricted, you feel like you can't do things. But if you're seeing that, hey, they're going there, or hey, they're doing this, or hey, they're completing this project, or whatever the case may be, then you'll understand. It'll give you that hope, that belief that if they're doing it, talking about my family and I, then we can do it too. So the word budgeting, we're taking the fear, we're taking the restrictive part out of the word. We're taking that away, and we're showing you the beautiful side of what budgeting can do if done the right way. So hopefully this helps somebody. This is the episode. We're talking about features and benefits of budgeting. Wealth is a journey. We will see you next week.